Okay, guys, we're going to talk about gems. All right, we're going to talk about gems because people don't know gems. All right, so I've got a bunch of gems here, narrowed down from a very, very large selection of gems. So there's three things that matter on your gems. Well, three main things. Gems have a lot of information on them, right? So this one, this gem here, this is a level 15 gem, and it has 3 boosts on the gem. So if a gem has 3 stats on it, like 3 actual mods, so fizz damage, light, crit damage, those are 3 mods on the gem. It has the potential to be a good gem. You can invest and you can make it a good gem. It'll take a lot of investment if the other stuff is bad, but it has what it takes. Okay, if your gem starts off with 2 stats, then what happens is that you're going to end up with a gem like this one, where you can see it's level 25, only has 2 boosts on it instead of 3. Because what happens is at level 5, instead of giving your gem a boost, it'll give it the 3rd stat, which is not good because you never get that boost back later. So this gem is by all means just a gimp's terrible gem. It's just not good. All right. Now, if we look at this one, you can see it has like 350 more power rank because it has 3 boosts on it instead of 2. All right, so having the right number of boosts is the first thing you want to be concerned about. The second is the augments. Now you can see here that this one's 100% and these are 50%. So what happened is that this gem was before they kind of like showed augments, I think, because you can see here, it started off 50-50-50 like this one. Now, generally speaking, you're not going to have a gem that has 50-50-50. It's going to look something a little more natural like this. You're going to have like some high ones, some low ones, maybe some middle ones, or you'll have like just like a decent all-around gem, but you know, it's not going to be flat numbers, right? So you can see I've just kind of been like actually augmenting this gem because this is my only good empowered gem at the moment, so I've been actually trying to like make it a good gem. Still needs a bit of work, mind you. It's got health on it. Don't really want like flat health on it, maybe like percent health or something, or like crit, but I have crit elsewhere, so I don't really need crit. But you can see that the boosts are in the right spots on it. We have a spread between magic and crit damage. You can have all in one, that's fine, as long as you have like an even amount in another gem. So like if I have 3 on magic damage here, and I have like another gem with 3 crit damage, you know, it evens out, right? So that's fine. You just want like an even spread of your different damage types between crit damage and whether or not you're fizz or magic, whatever. So if yeah, so if you have the 3 boosts and you have augments, then you're good, right? Cool. Now the trick is that when you pick up your gem, right, and it just has no boosts on it, and it gets the boosts, what happens is when it gets the boosts, it re-rolls the mod that it gets the boost on in terms of the augment. So you can see that this gem would not be a good gem to level, because if I know that I'm going to want boosts on light, and let's say it hits a boost on light, it's going to re-roll this 79% augment to a different number, and these ones are bad. So it's just probably going to end up being a bad gem overall. So if we look here, some of these other, wow, these are all atrocious. Okay, none of these are good examples. Let's see if we can find a different gem. Yeah, let's take a look at this gem. So this isn't a cosmic gem. So this is a gem that has 3 stats on it, right? You can see it has good augments, right? I probably want my boosts to go into crit damage or magic damage. So hoping that they go into crit damage, it's probably not going to reroll the magic damage one. And then we could end up with a pretty good gem if it rerolls okay. Whereas, you know, if it hits magic damage, it'll be a little worse, but the other rolls aren't terrible. So you know what? It'll probably just be good no matter how it levels. So let's just level this up. It's got 3 mods, so and it has the right stats on it for me, which is damage, and crit hit, right? So we're just going to level this up and see how this affects the gem. Hopefully, I should have enough here for this. Okay, so we got an augment in magic damage. Now, if we go and put this in, you can see that it's re-rolled this magic damage down, which kind of sucks. But if we just get more in magic damage, it might not matter because it might roll back up, right? So generally speaking, you're going to want to level your gems to 15 in order to check whether or not they're good. We did get the boost in magic damage, which is not crit hit, so that's good. So we just got it in crit hit, which means that this gem is starting to look pretty bad. That said, it raised the augment on that one, so you know, it's all right. Let's just finish leveling this to 15, and then we'll take another look at it. Yeah, maybe I should have used horseshoes there. We got kind of unlucky. Do I have something I just toss in the loot collector here for air? I don't think I really need this fizz gem. It's a bit of a waste. Whatever. I'm not going to need it. Cool. All right. For the video, the things that I do. Alright, so we hit magic damage again. So let's take a look at this gem now that's level 15. Oh, God, I don't know how to click things. Alright. So yeah, so the magic damage is a whole nother number entirely again. You can see the other ones didn't change. So we have 2 boosts in magic damage, 1 in crit hit, none in crit damage. Overall, the augments are not terrible. They're not exceptional, but none of them are really bad. None of these are going to take like a ton more than the other ones, right, to level up. So if we were to move the boost from crit hit with like a chaos spark, this could be a really good gem. All right. So if we were to compare this to like the gems that I'm using right now, this is a level 15 gem. So the way that we compare them is literally by the percentages and the boosts as opposed to the actual PR. And this is basically how you can check your gems that are like low level to see if they're good before you invest in them. So if we compare to this one has better augments that I'm using right now, and it has boosts in magic damage and crit damage. So it's actually worse than this one that I already have here. And this one, you can see, it's probably around the same as this one that I have, but this is going to take a lot to get up. What's this, like 94, 140-ish? You know what? No, I think this is actually better than the one that I currently have. The trick here is just that I would need to finish leveling this to 25 and then use a regenerator. But this would actually be a straight up upgrade to what I'm using here right now. So this was in fact a pretty good gem. Right? And then the other thing that you kind of want to keep an eye on your empowered gems is the abilities, right? So gems have abilities. This one, Explosive Epilogue, is very good. Makes enemies explode. Enemies explode is just a very good stat to have because it gives you like AoE where you otherwise don't have AoE. And generally just more damage against like mobs, right? And since you're farming all the time, that's pretty good. And even against bosses, right? Like if you have a bunch of mobs that the boss is spawning, then you're going to be able to like kind of shotgun the boss a bit with them, I would imagine. And then you got Pyrodisc, and Pyrodisc is also very good for clear generally, because it gives you an AoE around you on kill, and just gives you more damage, right? And generally speaking, because the game is built around scaling crit, it's pretty easy to like scale the damage of these things, because if they crit, they're just going to scale on your crit damage and do really good. So like I was going around, carrying my friend the other day, I'm just one-shotting enemies with my boat's cannon because my boat's cannon was critting because I have 100% crit rate. And, I was scaling with my crit damage. So I was, so the guy that I was carrying wasn't really able to like kill anything, and I was here one-shotting things with my boat because that's how scaling in Trove works. So yeah, things like this are generally very good. There's a couple other ones that are also good to keep an eye out for. You want to make sure you have ones that match up with your specific character, right? Like as a gunslinger, I probably don't really need Pyrodisc because I'm going to be in the air a lot of the time, not really going to be close to the enemies. So I could probably do something better. But, obviously you want your class gem. You need your 1 class gem. They don't stack or anything, so just 1. And then cosmic gems, you want like, I think the Berserk one is the good one because it gives you like light and some other stuff. I haven't really seen one yet, so I couldn't tell you. But you can see that this gem also is very good because it has 3 boosts on it. So compared to these ones, it's got 300 more power rank because of that. The reason that this one is 50 worse than this one is because the augments are generally slightly worse, and I think it may also be affected by the fact that the boosts on this one are on this stat here, whereas the boosts on this one are on this stat, which is 100%. And so because of the way that scales, it's going to have more PR. Now, basically that means you want to augment the stats that have boosts on them first if you want to like max your PR faster. That said, you want to make sure you're getting lots of light, right? The way Trove is balanced right now, you want to get a lot of light. So ideally you want to have 3 boosts on light if you can. I've farmed for eons and I just can't, so I've been settling with these, and I will use sparks or flares or whatever to move the boost later if I have to. But you can see that I've been investing in my light. This one was 97%, so I put it to 100 just to get that for the badge, right? But I've been increasing this one first because light is very important. And this one was actually red, and I've been increasing it just because this is the only stellar empowered gem with 3 stats that I've been able to get. And given how hard they are to get, I figured I'd just make this one as good as I can until I get a Berserk one, which may be a while. Guys, I think that about wraps it up. I think I've more or less covered all the things. If I missed anything, feel free to leave a comment. But hopefully you kind of understand how gems work, how to praise gems. Just make sure that your gem you're getting is 3 stats. And if you're unsure if your gem is good, I can't stress enough that all you have to do is level gem to 15 or higher. It doesn't matter. And then just check how many of these little boost icons are on the gem. All right? Cool. Peace.